Hey guys, this is Big Ben Rebel, and this is my first mini clip of things I like to bring when I go ride. So, some of you guys might be beginner riders, you might be experienced, you might just have stumbled upon the video and just decided to give it a click and a watch. But these are some items that I like to bring, or at least try to bring every time I go on a ride. Now, this is just a basic rundown of just some things that a beginner rider might want to consider to bring while going out, maybe by yourself or maybe even a group setting. Dirt trails, street, what have you, but here we go. So first and foremost, I like to bring my tire pressure gauge. It's something really good to have, especially if you get off-road. For you guys that have tube or tubeless tires, you just don't want to risk it. It'd be a really quick and easy 10 seconds just to check your pressure, make sure you're good to go. Really convenient and really inexpensive item. Something else that I would suggest for you guys is to consider getting your registration and your proof of insurance. Consider maybe getting those laminated if that's something that you can legally do in your state. Maybe you might want to look into that. But I know a lot of you guys might be riding in the elements and stuff like that, and so you're probably going to have your documents exposed unless you have them in a waterproof case, waterproof bag. I mean, even in your wallet, they'll be folded over, and so many times some of that ink might rub off, the paper might tear, and it might not be visible for that time that you do get pulled over. You want to have those documents ready for the cop, so he'll be or she'll be ready to go. Something else I like to make sure I bring is I like to wear boots when I go ride. Steel toe, aluminum toe, reinforced on the heels, on the side. Guys, it's really hard to rebuild ankles, so with that being said, take that into consideration when you go ride. It's really worth the investment. As a beginner rider, you might not want to get something where you won't really be able to feel your foot while you're riding, because the aluminum or the composite material might take away from the feeling you would get while shifting up or downshifting, or even using your brake lever on the other side if you have like a reinforced shoe in the bottom. So take that into consideration when you go riding. But something I definitely consider would be to avoid long laces. Really something easily to get trapped on your pegs or even your shifter knob. Really great way to take a dump at a red light, and dump, I mean crashing your bike or letting it fall over on your side, because instead of putting your foot on the ground, you put your foot looped around the peg over there and took a spill. So we're beginner riders, right? So something that we definitely might want to consider to bring is, honestly, I'm going to get some hate, but I would bring some duct tape. Definitely I'd bring some duct tape. Guys, I know this is horrible, but if you don't have roadside assistance on your insurance plan, or if you don't have that with your local bike vendor that you purchased your bike from, I would definitely consider picking that up, especially if you're going to go off-road or somewhere that's just not as heavily traveled. Just something to think about. But guys, duct tape might help you out. If you have a hose or something that got knocked off when you took a spill on the bike. Gosh, mirrors, cables, even trying to hold your throttle housing up there, maybe on the top, something like that. Guys, it's just something just to consider while taking out on a ride. But the big one would be just maybe a little thing of antibiotic ointment, kind of like some Neosporin or some first aid equipment. Nothing huge, just a tube or something. You never know if you get guys and gals that get on the interstate, those rocks hurt at 70 miles an hour. They bounce up. You don't have gloves on. Those rocks, those little pebbles that crack your windshield when you're going down the interstate. Yeah, well, those that crack your windshield, they also crack your knuckles too. So having some ointment or something like that might be pretty good to have. Taking into consideration the elements that you're riding in. I know it's kind of cold right now, so I've got this accordingly. This was kind of a joke just to have in there. But anyways, I also like to make sure I have some water, something to drink. Just stay hydrated while you're riding. I got a Bluetooth speaker just for some entertainment on the side. And you know, just with the bag that you bring, make sure that you have space for things that you might need to get or bring along the way. I picked up this bag from Amazon, and you know, it serves its purpose pretty well. I've got pretty much everything inside that we mentioned in the video. I've got, you know, some water. I've got, you know, a case for glasses and stuff. You know, I have room for my hat, my gloves and everything else. I've got room on the bottom where I'll keep other things, you know, like my other gloves and whatnot. But anyways, guys, this was just a little mini clip of things I like to bring while I'm on my ride, and just things to consider. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for joining me on this little 6-minute clip. Guys, I really appreciate it. Leave me comments below on some things you'd like to see in the future. I'm still trying to get some clearance for those restaurant video edits and stuff, so just bear with me, guys. But as always, thanks for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. And as always, let's kill it.